How we doing, Dan?
Pretty good, Trent. How are you?
Doing all right. Actually, I'm not doing okay. I'm really fucking hungover. Last night was a rough night.
Yeah.
I went out with Max to the Shakopee bars, and then we came back here drunk as all shit. I don't remember any of this. I only know because we recorded it. But I set up the podcast camera like right in front of the table, and we just did a quick 2-person pod for like an hour. And Max's mic wasn't even on, so it's like completely unlistenable. Like you can't hear what he's saying at all. But we were both just gone. Just fucking wasted, man.
It's so good. I listened to a little before this, obviously, but that yeah.
No, it's like, don't you dare talk bad about Christina P.
It's your mom's house. It's the best podcast.
It's the best podcast ever. Love that podcast.
Fuck, man.
It's fucking football Sunday, bro.
Yeah, man. Another football Sunday.
Yeah, we're
just hanging out, watching stuff.
Watching the shit Cowboys play the Bengals.
Yeah,
for some reason we're watching.
Like it's
well,
crazy.
yeah, I just fucking hate the Cowboys. So everybody that loves the Cowboys is like an adult child.
Why is that so true?
I just bought new rims for my truck and gonna go see the Cowboys play on Saturday or on Sunday. It's like you guys still believe in Santa Claus, huh? Because you believe Cowboys can win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're not great. The quarterback literally almost just threw 3 interceptions in a row. Not great.
Amazing.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, the only reason those weren't interceptions is because corners can't catch.
Facts.
I'm joking. They're in the NFL. They're making millions of dollars. I am nothing to them.
Yeah, some of them. I mean, some of them were like they were tough catches, but
yeah, but still, like the quarterback should not have been throwing those.
Yeah, man. What else you been up to? Went out and partied yesterday.
Just working, man.
Just working.
I went to the Iowa State Career Fair for Emerson.
Oh, really?
That was a tough gig. That was like way fucking tougher than I thought it was going to be. First of all,
how so? Because I remember you snapped me and you're like, "Oh yeah, man, I'm out here like at the career fair." I mean, at least you're not like working, but it's still you have to drive a bunch and then you got to sit in a hotel and do all the career fair shit. But,
yeah. So I went and picked up the company vehicle around like 6:30 in the morning. No. Probably like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I had to be down there by like 11 because we were going to set up from 11 until noon, and then from noon until 5.
Yeah.
There was kids were coming in and talking to us. And,
sheesh.
Dude, it was like everyone's like, yeah, career fairs, especially this one, because it was sectioned off in like multiple different ballrooms and like meeting rooms and stuff like that. Down at Iowa State in Ames. So I drove like 3 hours down there. We set up, and I'm like hanging out, and they're like, yeah, kids usually don't start rolling in until like 12:30, 12:45, maybe 1. And they're like, yeah, it'll pick up around then. No, dude, it instantly, like we had a line out the fucking door into the hallway of just kids coming in constantly. And there was like 18 of us there. There was like 18.
18? They had 18 representatives from your company?
Well, there's 6 of us from the Twin Cities area. And then there was like a place called Marshalltown. Emerson Marshalltown, and they brought like every single person that was trying to hire a new grad. Like,
wow.
Every hiring manager, yeah. So it was like 8 or 9 of them there.
Low-key though, that's a really good opportunity for the kids too. Because I mean, if you have literally 18 people, they're all looking for somebody to hire.
Yep.
There's 18 opportunities just at your
Well,
company.
no, I wouldn't say that because we're hiring for multiple jobs, like the Twin Cities area.
So it's even more.
It's multiple jobs and internships and co-ops and stuff. But somebody like for some reason they were really like trying to get whoever they possibly could. So like they had a tag sheet, right, of all the. Ooh, that was a good play.
Sorry, man. Dalton Schultz just fumbled. I have him on my fantasy. That's unfortunate to see.
No, you're good, bro. They had like a tag sheet listing like what kind of majors they were hiring, and they just like since one of the tags on one of the job descriptions was any engineering, they put all the fucking tags from top to bottom. It was like mechanical, electrical, nuclear, like petroleum engineering, software engineering, and then it was like aerospace engineering. So I talked to like a bunch of fucking people, like biomedical sciences and stuff like that. I was like, what? You could do like a project management role, but we're mainly hiring engineers. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I made like evident to somebody. I don't know. I just upsold Emerson and
yeah,
because it's a great,
yeah,
it's a great company to work for.
A lot of opportunities.
Like, yeah, it'd be great opportunities for everybody. But dude, they start just pouring in at fucking like right at noon. It's just literally a line of kids, and like they all have to sign in on the iPad. So I'm like, oh, thank God we have like a barrier between them like coming up to you and like actually communicating with somebody. So it's like it's like an extra
Buffer.
step. It's a buffer, yeah, exactly. And it didn't work like at all. We had to hand out like 4 extra iPads for people to like put their information on before they came and talked to us. It was so nuts, dude. It was so nuts. And I'm like talking constantly for like 5 hours. I go and take like 2 bathroom breaks, and I come back and it's just like back into the shit. Like there's just more kids piling in. And then we were in a room with like 6 other companies. And so like you look across the room and there's like no one at those other tables. There's like maybe 2 or 3 people.
Oh, wow.
2 or 3 kids like at those tables. And I was like, yeah, we were in the trenches, boys. Like, this is rough. And it was all like these freshmen that are like, that don't know anything about engineering. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I saw your sign says automation solutions. I really like automation. I'd like to work for you. And I'm like, well, we make measurement devices. Like, it's not really, we don't do like automation, we're not automating like the Ford factory or anything like that.
Right.
That's not what we do. And he's like, but it says automation solutions. And I was like, well, yeah, it's a big company. Like that's their main thing is automation solutions. That's where they make most of their money, but they also own us, which is a subsidiary of that.
I mean, what you're doing is an automation solution.
That is true.
Like it is. I mean, like,
but it's not exactly what they thought.
Right, 100%. Like they think they're going to be automating Tesla's factory or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
When in reality, you're working on a very specific device for a client that has to do with pressure gauges.
Exactly.
And you make it to their exact
pressure or temperature. Pressure or temperature or flow. Anything that involves
like a gauge.
Not even a gauge. Anything that just involves like a industrial fluid.
I'm getting actually
Water.
your job confused with our buddy Tyler from ICC.
Oh yeah.
I don't really want to say his full name.
Wait, he works at Polaris, right?
Yeah.
Still?
Yep.
How's that going? Have you talked to him?
Yeah, recently I actually went out when I went out to Oregon in Washington. We went and hung out. Him and his girlfriend Cassidy and me and Kristen went out there. So
cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. We hung out with them and then stayed with them for 2 nights and then went and hung out with another few friends.
Tyler and Cassidy actually crashed at my place in California.
Oh, nice. Yeah, when they were like doing the van life.
Yeah. So Tyler was like 40 minutes away in a different town. Their van had broken down.
Oh, that's right. They had issues.
Yeah, and it was actually like a really expensive fix too. It was like the fuel pump or so. Or Tyler thought it was a fuel pump, but it was something actually like easier than that. And the guy was like quoting him like $8,000 on the repair, and he's like, "I'm not spending $8,000 to get a fucking fuel pump replaced. Like, tell me where I can buy it, and I'll put it in myself."
Right.
Tyler's like, "I'll do this shit on the side of the road for a couple days. I do not care." But turned out to be something else, so they got it running.
$8,000, man.
Yeah.
I remember him talking about that. Yeah, like.
But they wasted a whole day just dealing with that shit in California, and they were like nearby. They were like 45 minutes away from me. And I was like, well, you guys don't have to sleep in that van. Like, you can sprawl out. We got a big-ass couch and a place to sleep here, so you can just stop on by. And they roll up at, like, 9 o'clock, and they're both, like, sweaty and tired and dirty. I was like, you guys can take showers. Like, you can eat. Just relax. Like, just hang out, But I had to work the next day, so I just went to bed. I went to bed. It was, like, 9:30. I hung out with them for a little bit and just went to bed, and then I woke up the next morning, and they were already gone.
Yeah.
So, or no, I woke up, did my routine, and then I left, and they like left at the same time I did. But,
okay, got you.
Yeah, it was actually pretty dope.
Yeah, it's good to see people when they're like out, living their life, especially being like out super far, like across the country, and they happen to visit you, and I happen to visit them when they're living out there.
Yeah, and I love,
like means more, right?
I love Tyler and Cassidy. They're both awesome.
They're good people.
Both amazing people.
Yeah.
That's one thing about Itasca that's just crazy, man, is that like everyone that I know from Itasca that like I became really good friends with has like made it to like, has graduated as an engineer. We're all kind of like doing that adult shit now.
Yeah.
And it's weird. We're kind of separated now, but we're all still really good friends, and you guys are just awesome people. Yeah. Because like a lot of the people that like got forgotten about that dropped out like first year ICC. We don't hear about them anymore. We don't talk to them, and some people, I don't know, man. It's fucking weird.
Right. The people that stuck with it, we're all still pretty close, especially the ones that transferred to NDSU like we did.
Yeah. We lost touch with some Mich Tech people.
Yep.
But like pretty much everybody moved down here, bro. Like everybody we know moved to the city.
I just kept saying, I'm like, Nas, you got to move down to the cities, man. It's nice down here, and I haven't like seen them at all.
Yeah.
We hung out like 3 times.
Bro, I remember having that conversation. I was so uncertain about where I was going. I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And then Isaac arguably got me the job at Emerson.
Yeah,
I'd say without Isaac, I might not have gotten the job at Emerson. But
hell yeah.
I remember I was at the career fair actually. Back when Emerson was at NDSU, I stopped by and said hi and like talked to because Isaac was already going to be working for them. So, or no, was he going to be working for them? I don't remember. It was like a really weird time shift. Isaac had already gotten the offer and he knew his manager was going to be there. So he went to go talk to her, and I was like, oh, I'll stop by the Emerson booth and meet his coworkers. But at that time, I was like trying to get a job out in like Colorado and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I talked to the recruiter. I talked to the HR recruiter.
You went up to everyone at the career fair like, hey, you got any jobs at Colorado?
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically, I thought, no, we don't, or like, yeah, we do. Here's their content, and just nothing came of it.
Nothing.
It's super unfortunate.
Literally nothing.
That's the goal for me, like to get to Colorado.
I interviewed for a company that was in Wyoming, or not in Wyoming, sorry, in Montana.
Montana, okay.
Yeah. Outside of like Billings, and interviewed with him once, and he's like, yeah, you sound like a really highly motivated individual that knows his stuff. We'd love to have you. He's like, we're gonna do another interview probably in like a week or so, and I'll have you interview with the hiring manager. And I was like, oh, sweet.
Nice.
And then just like literally nothing ever again. Never heard back from him. I was like, wow. I did phone interviews for quite a few companies out in Montana, but not all of them were like, yeah, we're looking for like a 4, 5, 6 year engineer. And I was like, it says new grad on my fucking application. Like, you bastards. But I don't know. Yeah, so I'm like at the career fair and I'm talking to Sam, and Sam's the HR lady that like runs the whole thing. And she runs every career fair. And she's like, yeah, I remember when you came and talked to us at the career fair. And like when you walked away, Tony came up to me and said, that's the best person I've ever talked to at a career fair.
Wow.
And he's he was really disappointed that you didn't want a job in Minneapolis because he was looking for somebody with like your designs, like exactly what you have. He wanted you for this position because the position that I accepted is like a research and development position. So like a lot of what I do is just generate ideas and like form test plans and like create new products. And I'm already in the process of doing that. So it's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And he wanted like somebody that was like really creative, somebody that had like experience working with various different things, and somebody that was like really unorthodox. And he saw that in me. Yeah. And was like, give him a job. So yeah,
that's awesome, man.
It was like the moment.
That's a real nice compliment for sure.
Oh yeah, I was super hyped about it. So yeah, she told me about that, and I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy. And then it all started to kind of make sense because when I got the job, or when I told Isaac about it, he emailed his manager my resume, and she sent it over to my current boss now. Okay. The next day, around like 3 p.m., I got a phone call, and it was him. And he's like, hey, Trenton, how you doing? And I was like, I'm doing good. Who is this? And he's like, oh, this is Tony from Emerson. I just wanted to, call, give you a chat. We definitely want to set up an interview. He's like, you're open to a position down here, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, so I remember when I talked to you, you wanted to go to Colorado and stuff. I was like, eventually, but I changed my mind. I kind of want to stick around here. He's like, that's great to hear, man. Well, I definitely want to hire you, but we got to do this whole like formal interview, quote unquote. And I was like, you're just going to come off the rip like that?
Yeah.
Like, you have a job already. You just need to essentially not be an idiot for 45 minutes to my boss. Like, and I was like, cool. I was like, what? And he's like, well, if we send you an offer, are you going to accept that offer? And I was like, yeah. Why wouldn't I? I was like, I feel like it'd be a great offer. Like, and he's like, all right, yeah. Let me contact Sam and see what we can get going. I asked Sam about that. She was like, I literally got an email from Tony that said, how fast can we like hire someone? He's like, oh, I want to hire this person by like the end of the week. And I actually had Lifetime Fitness too down here. I was interviewing with them, and I did like a video screen interview. Mm-hmm. And we did like the whole interview, and he's like, yeah, we'll contact you at the end of the week for probably an on-site interview. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like, let's do it. And then, like, I get an email from him the day after I accept the Emerson offer. And he's like, hey, we just want to extend an offer your way. Like, we feel like we had enough technical information in the interview. And he's like, everyone on my team is going to be gone. I want to make sure I give you this offer, like, as soon as possible. And he's like, from the conversation that we had, I feel like you'd be a good fit for this role. And, like, we literally talked for, like, an hour and a half about, like, different, because they make workout equipment. Mm-hmm. They make all, like, the workout machines and, like, the squat racks and all that stuff.
Dude, that's sweet.
And he wanted,
nice one.
Yeah, but that was in, oh god, that was in like Freeman, Minnesota. Like, it was way south of here.
Okay.
But yeah, it was actually like a really cool position. It paid a little bit less than what I make at Emerson, but it was
You made the right choice then.
yeah. So they extended me an offer, and I was like, I'm sorry, I already got an offer. Like, I already accepted this one. I'm really sorry. If you guys like got it back to me sooner, I probably, or maybe even like brought me on site for an interview, then I would have been like, oh, okay, like I'll do both. You know, like I'll try and juggle and maybe use one as leverage. But
Right.
it was already too late at that point. But no, it was really cool. Like, we were talking about lifting equipment, and I was like, man, when did you guys like? What's the cheapest thing that you guys can make? And he's like, believe it or not, it's the fucking squat racks. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, they're the cheapest thing we make. And I was like, how's that even possible? Like, there's got to be so many processes involved. Like, each one comes as like a thin piece of sheet metal, right? And it's got to have the grooves cut out for it for the actual like V's to hold the bar on the rack. So it's got to be cut out in that fashion, and then they like roll it, or they get it as already a tube and they just cut those out with a laser.
Right.
But that's also like a pretty tough process.
If you had like, you could have like long bars and then just cut them to length, and I mean, you could have one bar for the 4 legs. You could. There's like ways of optimizing it for sure.
That's true. But I would probably don't want to do a flat sheet that
I
we
wouldn't
laser
suggest it's
cut.
the cheapest though, especially
No.
because of material costs strictly.
But then they talked about there's no moving parts. There's no bearings.
Right.
There's no grease that you have to apply it to anything.
Yeah, right. Because you're gonna have those cables on like the leg press machines or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you got
or
like the rails
like
and stuff.
The leg extension or leg curls. Like
Yep,
all those
yep.
have the weird, all the moving parts inside.
Yeah, and they have like the clips and stuff like that,
Yep.
like the snap or the spring-loaded like cross beams or crossbars or whatever.
Right.
So it would have been cool because like I imagine I could have gotten like free workout equipment or something. Like, that'd have been pretty dope, and build my own gym.
I could be sitting right there. That'd be awesome.
God, that'd be fucking terrible. This whole place would be just full.
All you'd have is squat. You could just have a squat rack.
I definitely wouldn't have that workbench if I worked there.
Probably not.
I got that from Emerson Red Tag, dude. It's fucking titties.
What's going on, Gabe?
What's up, Gabe? What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh shit. We should probably get back to the game though. It's 9. Cincinnati has 9 right now. Dallas has 17. 12:39 left in the fourth quarter. It's 4th and 12. Dallas ball.
Okay, I don't know if turning my mic on helped, but I'm just like, my fantasy football team is like,
Taking a shit or what?
no, it's in a close match right now.
Ooh. How many points?
So I'm projected 552 and they're 555, but
5?
yeah, it's between like 3 points. But if they shit the bed with Kyle Pitts, like I could come up and win this. I don't
Hold
know.
up,
It's
hold up.
close.
You're
It's
the first.
close.
Do you mean 150?
Yeah, 152.
Oh, you said 550.
My bad.
I was like, I've never heard of a PPE
No.
league that high, bro. That's crazy.
No.
That's
I don't know. It's close. It's gonna be close.
bro. I really had to take time off of fantasy this year. I couldn't do it. The doctor prescribed it from my heart.
It's awesome.
He was
So
like,
great.
you need to
did?
take a year off of fantasy, and I was like, why? And he's like, well, if you don't, your heart's gonna give out. And I was like, shit.
Yeah, man, I feel that.
I'm
Trey
just-
Lance went down today, and I've been sad all day.
Yeah, he took a
Trey
major
Lance
injury.
is dunzos.
Took a major injury. Is he actually out for the season?
He will be probably.
Oh my God, dude.
He's got an ankle
Carson-
injury that he's gonna have to have surgery on, and it'll likely be season ending.
Yeah, dude. Fucking Carson Wentz path all day, bro.
Fuck.
He played last year though, didn't he? He backed up for
Yeah, he
Jimmy?
played 2 full games and then backed up and had some plays in some games.
Damn,
But
bro.
I'm gonna play. I'm definitely gonna have to try to pick up Jimmy G because this is a 2 quarterback league that I have.
Oh, you
So
running dual
it makes-
quarterbacks?
Yeah, so it makes quarterbacks even more like essential or more
Damn,
important.
bro. That's just too complicated for me. I should probably get back into fantasy though. Now that I can like spend my weekends and actually pay attention to football.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try to trade a bunch of players.
'Cause-
Screw around because like I think we did like $50. So it's not like
Yeah,
that
that's
doesn't
not
really
huge. That's
no
not a huge amount.
no, and it's like a season long thing. If you win, it's it's like a pretty nice. It's $250. We do 50%, 30, then 20 for 1, 2, 3. Like placement wise. So it's not like that crazy, but it's something.
Yeah, that's true.
But then if you lose, it's $50.
I get so frustrated with fantasy though. I get like actually mad. I'm like, I get just pissed off because it's like somebody's projected to get like 20 points, and it's like, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna beat this person by like probably 20 points, and then just out of nowhere, the two teammates that were like projected to do bad just go off against me, and I'm like, great, like
Yeah.
now I just lost this game that I should have won. My team went off, but their team just went off a little bit more.
Right.
And it was just always the worst. And then whenever I did bad, like the other team would always do bad. Like I remember one time I lost, like I had like 76 points and they had like 77. I lost by like a fucking point. And like two of my players both got injured in like the first couple of plays.
Shit.
So they were like out for the whole game, and
No, like 76 is pretty low.
Super
It's a
fucking
pretty
low.
scoring game there.
super fucking low. Dude.
I've been on the receiving end of being the highest scorer, well, second highest scorer, and then still losing to the highest scorer by like a point. So it's like we both like score 160 points, like 163, and then I score 162.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, god damn it. Like,
It's always the worst
and
when
then
like
the next closest is at like 130 or something. That's the worst.
it was every fucking year. I'm always like the number one scorer. I always have the most amount of points out of like everybody, like the most points scored out of everybody
Oh yeah. Like overall in the league or whatever.
in the league. Yeah, but then I always have the most points allowed too. Like the
That's
points
how you-
against.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
I always like the points against are always like 100 points more than like my points scored against people too. It's always the worst, dude. I don't know what it is, but like every week when someone plays me, their team goes off. Their team just fucking goes off. Like somebody had not Matthew Stafford. Somebody, who the fuck did they have? They had like Teddy Bridgewater or something like starting quarterback, and they weren't even paying attention. And like one of their receivers was out, so I was like pretty much guaranteed to win this game. And his whole fucking team went off, and then like Michael Thomas got hurt, like, and he was on my team, and so it was just like this whole big clusterfuck fiasco of like how many can T. Russ lose that he's like projected to win.
Yeah, I feel that way. I lost Dak and I had CD Lamb in another league, so it's not good.
Oh, that's tough. Dude, Dak, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like my inherent like distrust and hate for the Cowboys, but I just don't like Dak Prescott
Yeah.
at all. I don't think anyone does. Besides Cowboys fans.
Not a
which are
huge
children.
fan. Also had Trey Lance go down, which is so unfortunate.
I know our NDSU boy following in prior NDSU boys' paths.
Oh yeah, Elijah Mitchell and Kittle and Pittman, they're all out this week.
God.
It's
Bro,
how it goes.
Do you remember that play by the Packers? The drop pass by the Packers, the first play.
The first play they
First
ran.
play.
75-yard bomb.
75-yard bomb that was dropped by an NDSU
Yep.
like graduate.
Christian Watson.
It's tough.
Right
man.
through the fingers.
Tough, man. That's just a football player name, Christian Watson.
Yep.
That's.
Watch it happen.
I know,
Why?
and I'm still just blown away by it. Like, fuck.
We're both like, that would have been a different game if you would have caught that.
Oh, the momentum would have shifted drastically.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. Literally, they go one and done after the Vikings just had like a 10 play, 75-yard run. Yeah, drive.
Like an actual good drive. Too.
Right, but then it's like a 7-minute, like they had to work their ass off to do it.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers goes out there, throws it first play, 75-yard bomb. He just runs off the field, and then Kirk Cousins has to go back out there and try to like rebuttal.
Would have been
what?
a whole different game, bro.
Yeah, it really would have been.
I don't think the Vikings would have won by that much. They might have probably lost even. No, I would have said the Vikings officially would have won because the Rodgers receivers just could not fucking catch. Rodgers threw like 50%, and it was only because like every pass that he threw just got dropped.
Right.
Or every other pass that he threw that got dropped.
Right.
Same with Brady.
It was,
Brady today threw a lot of really good passes that were just fucking dropped.
Well, yeah, they're on all. I mean, 3 of their receivers were out, so they were on like the just
Godwin,
the terrible ones.
Yeah. So what happened? Godwin and who else? Godwin and someone else is out.
Russell Gage, and then Julio was a game time decision and did not play.
Oh yeah. So they were all out,
and then Evans got ejected during the game.
Evans. Someone came up and shoved.
Yeah,
with
Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah, Lattimore. That's who it was. Yeah, and then he just runs over and fucking decks the dude. Just hits him so hard.
And then they both got ejected.
Yep.
Fuck, man. So then you're down to. Yeah, he had nobody. I mean, not really nobody necessarily. Well, no, it was really just nobody. I mean,
it helped that fucking
some emerging stars.
It helped that Jameis Winston threw, 2 picks. Oh, man.
Hayden Hurst got cracked that play. He got hit from that side, and then just got decked, man.
Oh God, yeah. There's no way you're hanging on to that.
2 sides. Middle linebackers hit so hard.
Mid-air.
Beefy boys.
God, dude, he was running full bore at him, and they just bounced off like a perfectly elastic collision.
I know that middle linebacker for the Cowboys is really good, but I just have not
It's
taken
Anthony
the time.
Barr, bro.
No, not that one. That was like, I don't even know, but I just have not taken the time to learn it because it's the Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the details of football, but then like you start getting down to details that like Chase will tell me about and shit. A good buddy of mine, he's really into sports.
Is it like statistics?
Yeah, he'll get into like statistics.
Oh man, I can't do that. Well, I mean,
you do that shit in poker.
Yeah, I can, but sometimes
arguably more boring.
Poker or football?
Poker.
Both.
How many times I had to goddamn fold the other day? I played poker on Friday night.
Where'd you go?
I just went to my buddy's house.
Okay,
we just played there. My buddy Alex and Andrew and stuff.
Send an invite. I haven't played poker in a while.
Yeah, no.
I've been thinking about going to the casino. It's like $200. I'm like,
that's
double
kind of
that.
A lot. It's kind of
at least
lot,
that's how I think.
Especially for someone who's like bad like me. But no, we were playing and like I literally was getting just dog shit cards like every single fucking game.
Oh yeah.
And then I would like fold early. I would always fold like I'd be a little blind and I'd fold and I'd say fuck it because somebody raised or something and I just had a bad hand. There were so many times where like I would have won out the back door if I would have stayed in it and like played the bet, and I was like, motherfucker, dude. I just kept folding like the wrong hands, I guess. And then I had these I had like a king ace, and I like stayed in with it, and I like high bet the initial thing, and then the dude walks out of there with quad sixes. I was like, how the fuck? Like, this is so stupid, dude. I was just getting slapped upon all night. And then I win one big hand where I win like a couple hundred chips. Mm-hmm. And then literally the next hand I go all in and I lose.
Yep.
Because I had pretty much I had a straight. It was like I had an ace and a 2, and then it was a 3, 4, 5. He had a 6, 7. He had a 6, 7. So it was like he just had a higher straight than I did. Mm-hmm. But I pretty much had the nuts. So it was bad. It was so bad, dude. It was just really tough. And then
that's how it goes sometimes.
It's so fucking...
Sounds like you got excited and just decided to say fuck it.
I did, yeah. I got to be more technical with it, more analytical.
Yeah.
I don't know, trying to like visualize ranges and shit. I'm always like, okay.
It's all about percentages, right? So like
that's true.
In the beginning, say you have 8-handed poker. That means you have to have like 12% equity in pre-flop. So whatever you deal out, right? Everyone gets 2 cards. This is how Texas Hold'em works, anyways.
Okay.
And if you have like a
pair, 8 cards are so there's 4 people playing.
You deal out to 8 people, so there'd be 16 cards in play.
Okay, so 16.
So like that means that there's a lot of chance that there's a high. I mean, everyone has the same chance of getting a good hand, right? But like, there's a good chance that somebody has like ace king or just something like in a good range, like a high range. So it'd be like an ace with a face card, or maybe a pair, like a pair of 10s. So that's called pocket 10s to like pocket aces. There's a good chance someone has one of those things just based off of percentages. And if you don't have that, then it's kind of hard to be in every hand, right? Like if I got dealt ace face card, I would play most of those in an 8-handed game.
Yeah.
But when you're playing like 6-handed or 4-handed, you can play like a lot of cards because you have to have you don't have to have as good of cards to actually get into the pot because a lot of times people don't have like
Anything.
a great and then from there you like off the flop, so you have to like calculate, all right, am I good? It got raised pre-flop and there's only 4 players, they probably have a good hand. So then you have to develop your range of what you're going to actually call with, because there's a certain probability that you're going to win the hand even pre-flop just based on the cards that will show up. And so you have to basically memorize just like that little bit of information for the pre-flop plays. Okay?
So like So what do you mean your range? Like that's the amount of money you're willing to bet? That's like the cards.
So I'll get there, but hang in there with me.
All right,
so like a range to visualize it, because I'm a visual learner. So you can go it's a chart. You know your multiplication table?
Yeah, it's like ace 2, 3, 4,
exactly.
5, and
so
then it goes
all the way up to king. Yeah, and so it does that, and you'll see that the ace is actually on the other end, because an ace is a really, it's a high card, so it actually goes 2 to the ace, but 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way to 10, and then jack, queen, king, ace. And so the range it's really good if you have like 3, 4, or that's not great, but that's like a mid-range hand. Or if you have like pair of 5s or pocket 5s, that's like a mid-range hand. A high end of the range would be pocket aces. That's the best hand you can have, right? So then going from there, like once the flop goes down after the pre-flop stuff, then you have to calculate, okay, I have pocket aces and there's 1 king and then a 10 and like a 3. That's pretty good odds that there won't be like a straight coming out, like a high straight, but there's a good chance that someone has a king and they might have caught a pair right here. There's a good chance somebody might have a straight opportunity. So it's just understanding what the other people's ranges are and how that falls in line with the cards in play. And then also it has to do with how your hand plays into it. At least that's how I think of it.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 different like calculations that I'll do, and then how much the other person bets at a ratio of how much is in the pot. So like how much I have to match to win this amount of money, right? So let's say the pot is $1,000, they're betting $500, and I have to match 500. There's a percentage, so like there's $1,500. I have to match 500, so I have to have 30% equity in the hand or better to make this a profitable play.
I see.
So that's where the actual math comes in. It's just knowing how much is in the middle versus how much I would have to bet to match that.
Yeah, and how much they bet. Yeah.
Yeah, and if I have the nuts, I might raise because I want more money from them. I think I can get more money from them. Yeah. And then if I don't think they have a really good hand and I want to keep dragging them along, I'll just match the bet, because that will make them think, okay, I don't have a good hand here, I'm bluffing, so I'm going to bet again to try to get this guy off the hand. Yeah. And then,
it's like such a dangerous game.
It is. It's always because playing, if it's 2-handed and we're on like the turn and the river, it gets really dangerous of how to get the maximum amount of money. Or do I even have the win here? Do I have a better hand than them?
Yeah.
I love poker. It's just mind games, and it's a bit of math too. But you don't even have to know the math. You can be really good at reading people. That's another aspect of it.
Reading people's tough, especially when you're with your buddies and you're just bullshitting,
Oh, yeah.
And like everyone's relaxed. Like no one's really giving any obvious tell signs because there's not enough time to like develop that emotion, like physical emotion.
Right.
So it's always tough.
You would be really surprised. There's videos online you can watch. Joe Navarro, he was an FBI investigator, and this guy put together a series,
Criminal Minds type shit,
and he could read
people. Analysis.
It's very straightforward. There's actually this video that's very famous about this guy who, please be Chase. Oh, that's T. Higgins. All right, Bengals are in the red zone. Back to
we're
getting grounded now.
The 10-yard
back to
line.
the football game, but no. So Joe Navarro, he's a poker player and a pass.
Off of him?
I don't think so. Maybe he did.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
bit
yeah,
of
he
a shove
did.
there. Yeah, a little bit of a shove there. That was tough. But hey, you can get away with shit like that, especially if you're hand fighting.
Yeah, you
When
can.
you get a chance, put the Raiders game on.
Raiders game. I don't know if I have it.
After this, I think they'll probably score pretty soon.
Yeah, but you were
wanna
saying
just
something. What's
Yeah,
up?
I was talking about Joe Navarro. He can read body language really well. He worked for the FBI, and I don't know. He has like a few hundred, I don't know, like convictions or whatever it's called.
Nice.
That's like a good number. I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm
Few
not a
hundred
policeman,
convictions.
but yeah. Anyways, the guy is like just has studied body language all his life. He has books about it, and he had this web series. I watched the web series, and that grew my poker game a lot.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just looking at people. There's like certain amphibious things that humans do when they
Amphibious?
feel certain things. When
You
they
mean like mammalian?
yeah,
Like
When-
mammals?
just
We're not
for-
amphibians.
well, reptilian. I should have said not amphibious. Obviously, we're not amphibians.
Just peer.
We're
Oh
rept-
shit! Is that a touchdown? Oh no, it's not.
That's a touchdown.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. Oh shit!
They're going for one.
They gotta go for two, bro. They have to go for two.
He did the one and started running off the field, Joe.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's what I thought I saw, but I think they are going for two.
You gotta go for two, man. You can't go for one.
Yeah, I think the numbers tell you should go for two.
There we go. Good play.
Well, okay, reptilian brain is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, straight. Just,
yeah,
Just monkey
so
brain.
right. So we have certain signs that we
Survival. Ooh, let's watch this. Hold on. Yeah. No, I get that though. Like everyone has some sort of tell, especially when
Right.
they're like trying to lie in a high stakes case.
for sure, but there's just like, oh, they're doubling Chase. That's so bogus.
Easy money.
Tyler Boyd.
Easy money.
Come on, dude.
Easy money. 17-17 Bengals Dallas. Someone's got to win the game here. Someone's going to go 1-1.
Smart for doubling Chase, but that really sucks as a fantasy football player.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you want us to change it to the Raiders game?
Yeah, that's TD.
That's titty, bro.
Who you got?
Raiders. I need them.
You need the Raiders to win.
Yeah.
Did you bet on the game, or are you just a big fan?
No, I just need them for my team. For fantasy. Just need Derek Carr to try to toss one more touchdown. Make something out of it.
I don't know if we have it, bro. To be honest with you.
No, that's alright. Put it on this then. It's a good game.
I'm playing Derek Carr. Dude, Schultz has nothing. Oh my.
Incredibles 2. You guys want to watch that?
That's a good movie, man. I would watch it.
Great movie.
I've seen Incredibles 1
Let's
probably
watch Paw Patrol,
so
bro.
many times. Oh, I need Stephon Diggs to score like
Paw
40
Patrol.
points.
Paw Patrol. Yeah, I don't. Oh, Coach Carter's on. That's a fucking great basketball movie.
Yeah, that is. I do
That's
like
a
that movie.
great basketball movie. I love Samuel Jackson. Motherfucker. Yeah, I don't think we have it. The Hangover's on.
Yeah,
Guys'
I'm taking an L
grocery
in
games.
fantasy. This is not good. Guys' grocery games.
Yeah, bro.
That's a fun show. We have to have.
Yeah, we don't have the Raiders.
No. Football Night in America.
I don't think that's.
I
It
think-
would say.
No, try it.
All right.
Just try it. This might be it. I don't know.
Waltz Flanagan.
Waltz Flanagan.
Moving Minnesota forward. I will not vote for.
Yeah, if you
Governor
legalize weed, I will vote for you.
Yeah, seriously. Just like get it over with.
Yeah, come on.
We could really use the tax money.
I guess it's more on the House. I think Waltz does actually want to legalize weed.
That would be dope.
Yeah, but you know the House is won over by the Republicans who do not want to legalize weed, which sucks. It would
Yeah,
and
it's unfortunate.
exonerate all the people that actually are in jail.
Gabe, what's
for
the
it.
what's
Like,
the
come
score
on.
of the Raiders game? Curious about that. Let's see if it's on. Come out football night in America. I don't want to see little red circles and blue X's.
Yeah, I don't want to see this. I want to see actual football play.
Oh, is this supposed to be a representation of the Miami Miracle or something like that?
I bet you it was. Who was that?
Or was that the Eagles? Was that the Philadelphia Miracle?
Maybe.
Because that looked very similar to that, where they
Really
like
close.
stretch across the field. Yeah, I don't think this is This is just like Football Night in America. It's just like a bunch of football highlights and shit talking about
Okay.
the Bears and whatnot.
All these NFL Game Day Live. Can we try that one? Please.
What's up?
This one. That one's 3:30 to 6:30. I bet it's it.
God, fucking commercials, dude.
I've been recruited by the Army so many times.
I know they
in
keep
high
trying,
school,
bro.
You know, in high school, I was actually set up. I was gonna do the Air Force.
Same.
Yeah.
I was gonna do the Air Force too. They told me I had to lose like 20 pounds. And
Really?
I did it. Yeah. They're like, you have to get under a certain % of body fat, and I was like, oh sweet. And they're like, yeah, just lose like 20 pounds, you'll be good. And so I tried to, and I actually did it. And then I was like, I don't know if I want to do the Air Force. I was like, it'd be cool, but at the same time, like, I think I'd rather just go to college and then come out and
Yeah.
get a job.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm gonna have a lot of student debt pay, like a lot of money to pay for student debt.
Yeah, man.
It's kind
you
of
getting
pricey.
you getting that loan forgiveness? I'm guessing you are.
100%.
Yeah, 10 grand at least, and then if you got Pell Grants, 20.
Yeah, I got the Pell, so
Then you
I'm
get
getting 20. So
So
like,
federal student, do you have private too?
I do have some private. I have a Sally
Okay.
Mae and a Bank of North Dakota one.
Yeah, I got the Bank of North Dakota.
I got about
Do you-
10 G's for that total.
Okay, not bad.
Um,
Not bad at all.
And then it's
my
like
man.
another 30 for federal. So it's going to cut my
okay.
shit pretty much in half,
Oh man,
from
that's
40 to-
so nice.
from like 40 to 20.
That's so nice. Yeah, that's really nice.
I'm thinking about just saving money until December though, and potentially just paying off like one big lump sum of both of my loans. But then I'm also like, I could keep using it to build my credit score a little bit more, because I had a credit card that I got an Amazon credit card, bought one purchase from it, paid it off that month, and then never fucking touched it.
Did that fuck with your credit?
It raised it.
So you got up to a higher score.
Yeah, it raised it a little bit, but
how much?
I was on all my dad's credit cards.
Okay.
So like
you didn't have your own credit card before the Amazon one.
No, I got approved for the Amazon one because I have a high credit score for a person my age. My dad put me on all of his credit cards.
What's your credit score?
Credit score's like, I want to say like 720.
Yeah. Nice.
It's pretty high.
No, this is in the 800.
Yeah, my dad's in the 800
Yeah,
as well.
old people all have 800 because their credit history is like really long. But for Nas our age to be at that level, it doesn't.
It's
even
pretty
make sense.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's just really
but
crazy.
he had a credit card in like high school, I think. So he was already building it.
Yeah, well, I was on my dad's credit cards, and he would use it for like gas and shit, and then he would just like pay it off at the end of the month. And so like slowly, since like I want to say like probably sophomore or junior year of high school is when I got my license. That's when I got put on his credit card for emergencies.
Got you.
And I had to use it one time for like an emergency because my debit card got locked out because somebody got into my bank account, so a U.S. bank took some precautionary actions.
Okay. Rewatching the X's and O's, there was a triple pitch or a double pitch.
Yeah.
So which one would that have been based off?
I can't remember if it's Miami or if it's Philadelphia.
I wouldn't be surprised for either. They both have insanely good athletes to do that type of stuff.
And we had our Minnesota. Oh yeah, shit! It is the Raiders Arizona game.
Here's a highlight.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Oh, it is the game. Yeah.
All right, bet. Cool.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Fuck yeah. Las Vegas is up.
I hate to say it, but I'm actually playing against Derek Carr this week. But whatever happens. We can't control anything at this point.
Tom Brady did shit the bed in fantasy today.
Did he not do well in fantasy?
No. New York fucking won against Carolina. That's so crazy. Daniel Jones is actually doing something for once. Besides throwing just massive amounts of picks.
Yeah, I dropped him. That's not good.
You dropped who? Derek Carr?
Daniel Jones or Mac Jones. Mac Jones. Oh, he scored
it's short.
13.
It's short.
He didn't do anything. Jacoby Brissett. Oh man, maybe I should get Tannehill.
Dude, it was so funny watching Jameis Winston just fall apart today. I don't like him either. He's
Yo,
kind of a
do
cock.
you know that he has 5 back fractures right now, and he played with 4 back fractures.
How? What happened? Like, get in a car accident?
No, it was from last week, I guess. He took some hits.
Oh,
and
yeah,
They said, end quote, it will not get worse. The back fractures cannot get worse with playing. which doesn't make sense.
What?
How can a fracture not get worse?
Fuck you mean?
It's
He
the start
lowers
of a
his
crack.
shoulder one time, his back's gonna explode like a fucking M80.
He's gonna be paralyzed from Jesus, man. Like,
It's
Get
gonna
that guy
explode
out of
like a
there.
line of firecrackers. Just
it's so unsafe.
back fracture. Yeah, my literally all of my vertebrae right now are at like 30% capacity, but they said it wouldn't, playing more wouldn't damage it, even
gave
though
him,
that's
like,
how
a-
it happened.
Oh my God, Kyler Murray is so good.
So fast.
How did he get that? That's incredible.
He's so fast,
Why do you
dude.
do
He's
that
so
every play,
fast.
dude?
He's little and fast. That's
Jeez.
But apparently, somebody was telling me this. I think Max was telling me this. That apparently, when Kyler Murray, someone correlated when Kyler Murray plays to when COD has double XP weekend. He like 90% of the time loses because all he does is play Call of Duty.
That's so funny.
Apparently, that's what Max told me. It's all hearsay, but
No. I think that's true because I've heard some things like that. as well.
dude. Just one of those.
I don't know. If volume of hearing a like a. I don't know. Never mind.
He just skips practice on a weekend
Yeah.
because he's like, I need to play, bro. Dude, could you imagine being a professional NFL player and like you're literally responsible for getting yourself to like practice. You're responsible for getting yourself to the games, like all this shit. Like I couldn't do it, and I would not be a professional.
No.
I'd get busted for drugs immediately.
A lot
You
of them
fucking
do.
doing testosterone? Everybody's doing testosterone, bro. Dude, I saw Nate Diaz was doing a post fight interview or pre-fight interview, something like that. And one of the reporters asked him like, "Are you surprised that John Jones got caught using testosterone?" And he's like, "Everybody's on testosterone, bro." And then like Dana White just standing there smiling at him. He's like, "This motherfucker." It's the truth though. I mean, they have to be on testosterone. Like look at
Saquon Barkley. Did you see Aaron
Yeah.
Donald
lifting weights with
lifting
the
weights?
Rock.
Yeah,
with the Rock.
I
I mean.
think I talked about this last week.
You did, but
about how like it's all bullshit, and they both don't claim. The Rock said
the Rock
that he did something when he was in his teens, quote
in the
unquote.
WWE,
And he doesn't claim that he actually uses steroids, which is complete bullshit because it gives people a bad image to look at in terms of like how big you can get naturally. If he's not open about it, it's all bullshit. But that's
It
a
is.
Hollywood thing.
Yeah, it is.
Hollywood doesn't want them coming out and saying that they are on steroids because that would look bad on Hollywood for letting their people, because it's fact that you don't live as long, you don't have as like healthy of a life if you're on steroids. You're using this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So
and
it would look
especially
bad
at
on
such
Hollywood.
a young age too.
Yep, and people would then also have a little bit less. Maybe they're afraid that they would lose respect for the actors. But in my opinion, it boosts respect to actors and to the NFL because they're actually honest about what they do. They're straightforward about it. And
Yeah, but I mean, if
it
you're
gets
going to be
people-
honest, like in the NFL, you're like, yeah, everyone's using like the top of the line shit that gives them, a slight advantage.
Right.
Everyone's trying to do that constantly. Like that's literally an industry that comes along with like professional sports.
Mm-hmm.
And if the NFL did it, they should just like make it completely like let all your players do meth, like let them go balls to the wall. I want to see these guys live for like 35 years most. I want to see these guys just absolutely like murder each other on the field. Like that would be just impeccable. Just literally
it's a
guy
funny
that's
concept,
hopped
honestly.
up on
like but they all sign up for it. They all know what they're getting themselves into. Like
I
steroids or
wouldn't say
not,
that.
they're having a tough life because they get injured so often and they're getting brain trauma every play.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
It's not good for a human to play in the NFL. Like
No, it
that's,
isn't.
they have tough lives. You see like when they do the Hall of Fame game and the Hall of Famers all come hobbling out like with one leg and like
Was that
it's
guy in a war?
tough.
No, he was just playing in the NFL.
And then like Brett Favre comes out about his like addiction to
Painkillers.
painkillers. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they get the short end of the stick when it comes to health, but that's why they get paid so much.
Yeah,
because they
that's
know what
true.
they're doing.
That's true.
At least you can set up an empire for like your family. As an NFL player, you have that
100%.
life. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, you could
Which is
invest
cool.
it in something. That's
Right.
actually, dude, early 2000s. I remember seeing like videos in the early 2000s about like fucking NFL players like losing all their money because they're just not.
Yeah, because they live to the lifestyle of when they're getting paid in the NFL. So
Yeah,
they live
they're
a
just
$20
blowing money
million
all-
a year lifestyle, and then when they stop playing, they don't get paid that. And they're like, I can't live this lifestyle anymore. They do it for a few more years, and they don't have any more money.
Yeah, they're completely out of money. It's crazy. It's the
They
craziest thing. I mean, they have financial consultants and like people that help them manage their money now.
I hope
But
so,
like
yeah.
back in the day, they did not. They were just like, here's a fuckload of money, you 18-year-old, like, or you 22-year-old kid that keeps getting hit in the head every day. Like,
Right.
that's so bad. You're giving the most vulnerable and the most like. That's one thing about
They get
like
in the most car accidents. They're easily the most risk averse.
Risk averse?
Risk-
No, risk averse would be opposite.
yeah, risk adverse.
They're the most risky like group,
100%.
Like young men.
Yes, it's so bad, and they're just young. Their frontal lobe isn't even developed enough, and it's been just like pounded since they were fucking 13 years old. And now that they're in the NFL, it's like literally practice every day is like getting hit hard as shit. Like it's just you're getting hit by literally like a truck of a person.
Yeah, it's like a car accident.
Oh,
Each hit.
and some of them look a lot worse.
Dude.
That dude broke his just bottom part of his leg in half.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's a bit nutty, dude. It's not.
okay, so here
It's not good.
This I knew this TV looked weird to me because it has like just stuff everywhere. It's like game day.
Yeah.
It has like all the receiving yards, receptions, touchdowns scored. It has like all the box scores.
Yeah.
And it's like going through the game in a weird way.
It's
That,
it's odd. It's just
Yeah.
NFL Game Day Live though, so it like
Right.
gives you all the stats and shit of all the other teams. I want to see if Dallas.
I
can
do
come
want
back
to
in
see the end of
here.
this game because Dallas scored, I think it was like 17 in the first half, and then now the Bengals came back.
Yep.
60-minute premiere with Joe Biden.
God, dude, he looks so old. Oh my fucking god.
Is he even gonna make it? Where
I-
are we? What 20? When did he get elected? 2020.
Yeah. We're only like
Does
2
he
years
make it
in.
to 2024?
I think he makes it to 2024, but I don't think he's running again. If he's
No
gonna, if he
way,
wants
no
to
way.
run again, I don't think.
Yeah,
he should.
that's not even in the question for me.
Gabe, you changing the cams up there? Okay, just making sure.
Thank you, Gabe.
Yeah,
I
really do appreciate it, brother.
I thank you so much.
It is a job. But no, that is a great point. Like he is old as fuck, and I do not like the methodology of how we like elect people to be like the front runners for the party for the presidential position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's such
I know where you're going with this because I like
Parts of your take for sure.
like I like the
Maybe you should re-explain it. I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I gotta go so badly.
go for it, man. I mean, we can cut this out if we want to. I can just bullshit with Gabe.
or we could just pause it.
Could just pause it. Do you want to pause it, Gabe?
Like, stop running.
No,
just
don't hit
pause,
stop.
just
There's a
pause.
stop button right next to where it says stop recording. There's like a little pause button over there. Do you see it? You want to rip this pen? What are you clicking on there, Gabe? Oh, we're going. We're good.
Yeah,
Okay,
all
cool.
Yeah, we're back. We got some snacks.
Back, got some snacks, took a
We're trying to
piss.
figure out who won this Dallas game because we kind of just dipped out right before. Dallas did. They kicked a field goal. Yep, that's makes sense. Now we're on.
Low key figured.
Now we're on the overtime, or the Cardinals Raiders game, and they're in overtime.
Cardinals got a last second 2-point conversion or touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie the game.
It was a pretty intense moment. But they fucking
Should
did it.
we rewind it and watch some of it, or do you want to keep watching it live? Gabe, doesn't matter to you, or?
Yeah, dude, you're wrong.
'Cause, I mean, we could watch them come back. I mean, that's something we could. Yeah, let's fucking do it. We can rewind it and we can fast.
Watch. Oh, I just want to see the touchdown, I guess. I mean, it was. I know what happens because I had Kyler on my team, but
So is it right here?
yeah, I think it's right here. So it's first and goal. They're at the 3-yard line, and
Yeah, they're
they're
gonna
trips left.
Yeah, they're gonna punch the ball in for sure.
Yep. So Kyler's looking left at the trips formation. He rolls right, throws it, completion.
Incomplete.
Incompletion.
Yeah, incomplete there.
So 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Oh, and it's literally at the end of the. Dude, the games today were kind of boring. Not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like
I mean, they weren't as crazy as week 1.
yeah. I mean, that Baltimore game though.
The Baltimore-Miami game was crazy.
Yeah, they
Your boy Lamar Jackson got toasted up on by Tua.
that was insane. Tua had 6 TDs.
I had 5.
No, he had 6.
What?
Yeah, 2 interceptions.
Oh, that's right. That last touchdown too.
Yeah, it was nuts.
You have him on fantasy, don't you?
Yeah. I forgot I had him. Honestly, he's not that good. Like I wouldn't have expected that from him. Never.
I mean,
he's going to be the quarterback 1 this week, like in fantasy overall. Yeah, because no one scores 40. Oh wait, no. Maybe Lamar would be above him in terms of points.
Lamar did do well.
Yeah, I guess I don't know for sure, but like he's going to be 1 or 2.
That's crazy.
And that's Tua Tagovailoa. Like he's not expected to be that good.
No, but I mean, Tyreek Hill was saying some shit like he's gonna be the next, GOAT. Like
That's
he's gonna be-
yeah. See, he was saying that,
But
but
that's
all the
Tyreek
videos
Hill.
that were coming out were like he was underthrowing Tyreek. But here's the reason why I think Tua looked so good today is because he has 2 of the best receivers in the NFL. He has after the catch, so Jalen Waddle and he has Tyreek Hill. Both of them are 2 of the most extreme, 2 of the best runners in the league in terms of elusiveness, and they're electric to watch because they'll get the ball and it might be underthrown, but as long as they can create some space just a little bit, they'll make a move, and it's just like a kick return to them.
Yeah, they're very fast.
And both of them can turn on the burners and just run past people. So you have your go routes open at all times too. So like that player, in terms of like coaching, that's one of the best players you can have because not only can you toast the defense, so they have to sit off you, they can't necessarily play man on you, but now you're playing off of them. Oh, there you go, Kyler for 3, ran it in.
That's really
But
cool.
yeah, so not only do they now the defense has to play off, like try to cover you over the top, but now you can throw under and let your players make plays, and that's where Tyreek and Waddle really excel. So in saying that, I think Tua, his stats get boosted because if he throws a 1-yard completion to Tyreek Hill and he takes it to the house, that's Tyreek's points. That's Tua's points. Yeah. Obviously it's Tyreek's points. He ran, caught the ball, but yeah, like so it makes Tua look a lot better. Granted, he did have some good throws, and it's not like he did nothing, but I'm just saying that makes you look a lot better as a quarterback.
100%. But you can't discount the fact that he did have some good throws.
Dimes, yeah. Oh
had
yeah.
some great passes.
Yeah, he's had.
Were in pivotal moments and a lot of pressure.
I'm not discounting that, but
Yeah. So Arizona scored. Murray ran it in. This obviously isn't live, folks. This is a rerun. I want to see the 2-point conversion. I know they get it, but I just kind of want to see it. So what happens if the Raiders lose, Gabe?
I don't know if anything
What does that
happens
mean
if the
for us?
Raiders lose. It just has to do with Derek Carr scoring points.
Oh yeah, it's just fantasy based, right?
Which, if they're in overtime, then Derek Carr has the opportunity to score more fantasy points, which is really good. So is that?
Yeah, they're headed to overtime, so Derek Carr gets a few extra points. Hopefully, Darren Waller makes some plays. Like I got both Derek Carr and Darren Waller, and yeah, I wanted them to go into OT just so I might be able to win if they do all right. So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
That's pretty sweet.
Just because they have, do you get points if they go to overtime, or is it just because they have the opportunity to score more fantasy points?
you get points when they go to overtime. Oh no, it's just more opportunities to score
Yeah,
points.
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
but
it's
in your
not-
league, is that like a thing in your league?
Yeah, overtime counts for like the overall point totals too. So like the fact they're going to overtime is going to give me some more points.
Really? Okay, we don't have that setting in our league. I actually didn't know that was a setting at all. But
Damn,
cool.
really?
Cool.
That's cool. Sweet, man. I want to see.
Yeah, I really want to see this. Cliff Kingsbury, the coach, is just yelling at everybody.
Yeah, you just.
I do
screaming,
not
bro.
like this guy.
You don't like him, dude? I love the new generation of young coaches that are like very scientifically based when it comes to like NFL coaching. And
Yeah, I like the Rams, but I'm not a big fan of Cliff.
That's
He just
fair.
his coaching style is not great, and they have like amazing weapons with one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and they're 0-2 or 0-1, almost about to be 0-2 to Las Vegas, who is 0-1 right now.
Damn,
Granted, they come in
that
clutch
was
though,
a
but
dime. Holy fuck! What a good throw in heavy traffic. That was with like 3 defenders around him. Tied it up. End of reg. All right, let's get up.
great throw by Kyler Murray. Great catch.
Yeah, seriously.
Defense was right on him too, and they completed it.
Is this the actual? Yeah, we're watching. My bad.
Just smacking on some food right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's podcasts where they do like they just eat meals.
Well, I'm eating this banana. It's kind of your average banana.
That's
It's
average,
like
bro.
white, yellow.
That's a pretty big fucking banana. Don't you call that average?
It's kind of average.
That's pretty
Trent,
well,
you think this is big? Oh, no.
bro. That's like 3 of me. I got a 2-inch dick. Probably closer to like 1.5. I'm just saying, like I
Don't
put
do
2
this right
inches.
now.
I put 2 inches on my Tinder bio. Give myself an extra inch of height. I'm like, yeah, I'm 6'2". In all reality, I'm 6'1" flat. But I do 6'2", and I say those are separate measurements.
Oh, nice.
One of them is accurate, one is not.
6 and
It's
2.
it's your job to figure out which one that is. Yeah, let's see. Arizona just stomped Las Vegas into the ground. I want to see that. I want to see Kyler Murray throw another touchdown. Maybe run a touchdown.
All right, well, the Cardinals have the ball now.
Yep, it's OT. We're seeing how this playing out. It's kind of slow, not going to lie. It's not bad, though. Football this year, week 1 was insane.
Week 1 was, yeah.
Was literally nuts. Like, the only game that wasn't crazy was, like, the Kansas City game, and even that game was, like, still pretty fucking nuts. Because everyone just expected Kansas City to do what they do and just steamroll a team.
And they did.
They 100% did, yeah.
That was nuts.
They steamrolled Arizona, right? Last week? Yeah. Arizona should have just came into that knowing, like, yeah, we're probably going to lose this, but we should go out there and just play some ball.
Right. I got to say, this week is not over yet, and we just had 2 great finishes where the Bengals came all the way back and lost in overtime, or lost right at the end of the game. And then now Arizona and Las Vegas just had like a mini shootout, and now they're in overtime. So, I mean, it's kind of coming in. These are some better games.
Yeah,
the NFL
Miami
does
was
do a good job of like placing all the higher priority or like the more interesting games. They put them in primetime moments. Because like a lot of people are watching right now. Like it's just done with dinner time. People are hopping in and trying to catch these games.
Are you a sports analyst?
Fuck yeah.
You making $300,000 a year working for like the Cowboys or something? What are you doing here? Working just for the NFL Network in general? Dude, how dope of a job would that be?
I would love that.
Just dealing with football players all day, just talking football. That would get super boring to me. Like, I would be so over it after like a year straight of doing it. Like, I'm almost over. Like, don't get me wrong, I love engineering. I love it for what it is. But at the end of the day, it's like, fuck, it'd be a lot easier if my job was just like doing something that's like more fun than this, which would be like being a comedian that can like do podcasts and stuff. That's like, that would be the dream for me.
That's the dream.
But
we got to hit up some open mics again.
Oh, we do, dude.
I forgot about that, man.
That was actually a lot of fun.
Those are really
open
good.
mics were really good.
Yeah.
We actually, at one of the open mics we went to, this old lady went up on stage with like these handwritten like long jokes that she clearly stole from the internet and just like got up on the mic and told them, dude, and people went fucking wild. Like everyone loved it. And then somebody made like one conservative joke and we all laughed. Like me, you, and your brother and Callie all laughed.
Yeah.
And then like everybody else in the audience was like, ooh. And I was like, fucking liberal Minneapolis, dude.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it. It's a fucking joke. Just laugh. It's not meant to be analyzed or even like thought about deeply. It's a joke. Like a majority of the time people just get up and try and be silly. Why not just like, and then like even stories that are told where people say, like when Tom Segura says ridiculous shit, like he was on a plane and there was a guy having like having heart problems, and the stewardess comes up and she's like, "Are you a doctor?" And he's like, "No, I'm not a doctor. Why are the fucking lights on? It's a red eye. Like, turn the lights off so I can get some shut eye." And she's like, "Well, somebody in the back is having, problems and they need a doctor." And he's like, "Well, we're not doctors. Like, we can stand around him. Yeah, we can like stand around him if you think that'll help." Yeah, he's fucked up. And then she's like, well, we might have to land. And he's like, land? Well, what if he's dead? And she's like, what? And he's like, if he's dead, we're not just going to, land to drop off some luggage. We're going to go all the way there, right? And she's like, I guess so. And he's like, in that case, I am a doctor, and I'm going to need a pillow stat. And it's like one of the best jokes I've ever heard in my life. But like people would analyze a joke like that and be like, he's a murderer. Like he killed somebody on a plane just so he could get where he's going. And it was like, no, you dipshits. It's a fucking joke. It's entirely like the whole point of you being there is to be entertained, and that's it.
Right.
Not to like take it out of context and then write it in an article and get pissed off about it.
Right. You got to be there. It's an in the moment thing, and it's just a joke.
Dude, Bert Kreischer actually I think he might be coming in like November or October to the deck
The deck.
in Duluth.
Really?
Yeah, would you want to hit that up with me? Because that sounds actually
I
like
dead
really
ass
dope.
would do that.
I think the tickets are pretty expensive though, like $150 a ticket. But
Okay.
I would that would be like so dope to go. The only people I would ever really want to see in person is Bill Burr for sure, Bert Kreischer because it's going to be a wild fucking party at like Dublin's or the Flame in Duluth, like one of these like nightclub bars. Mm-hmm. It's just going to be a party with Bert Kreischer, and he's just going to get wasted, and it's going to be amazing. Like, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be like a larger-than-life human just in front of you, getting blackout drunk, but still way too coherent.
He can drink like a bottle of vodka and just kind of keep going. It's nuts.
Just a beast, bro. And then Louis C.K. for sure. I would want to go to an in-person show because he's just a genius. He's just hilarious. He's one of the greats. Probably I'd want to see Jim Gaffigan.
I was gonna say Jim Gaffigan
In person would
Andrew
be some
Schultz,
of the funniest.
Bill
Andrew
Burr,
Schultz.
Dave Chappelle. Those would be my four.
Dave Chappelle as well.
Yeah.
Who's your all-time fave out of all of them? Like out of every comedian that's ever lived.
Man, those four, it's close. I would probably put Schultz at 4.
Schultz at 4?
Yeah, because I would say Jim Gaffigan is so far up there. I don't think his comedy actually matches either of Dave Chappelle or Bill Burr to me. It's not as good, but I think that he just is. He was like
it's not as good, or is it different?
It's different, but I would also say it's not as good.
I think some of the shit he has is pretty genius, like the M&M store in London.
That's amazing.
Or the escalator bit.
Yeah.
This is the fun part of shopping.
Oh, he should have caught that. Good defense.
This is the fun part of shopping.
I would love that defense, man. That was such
That
a good
was
play.
a good play. That was a really good play. Yeah, I love Jim Gaffigan. My all-time top comedian is Louis. Mm-hmm. It's Louis C.K. It just is like I love the fact that he was like jerking off in front of people.
I just love the fact.
It's absolutely what a stand-up act, bro. Literally. No, I
stand-up act.
I think
Pun
he's
intended.
just, yeah, 100%. I think
extended?
he's arguably one of the funniest people I've ever heard in my entire life. Like even like Bill Burr rants don't even compare to like the first time I saw Louis C.K.'s like one of his specials when I was a kid. Growing up and watching like Louis C.K. have these really weird and like off-putty jokes. Like he opened up an act one time on one of his specials about like being a dead body, and if he was like a cadaver, he wanted to open up like people who can fuck dead bodies type shit or do whatever they want, like dress them up as like their dad and like come on their back. Something like that.
He opened with that?
Yeah, he literally started with that, and he's like I'll be like the Willy Wonka of like fucking cadavers, dude.
Oh my god.
He's like he starts singing, he's like, you can come on my back and pretend that I'm your father. I'm dead, I don't mind. Yeah,
Right, that's pretty good. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, so he like just listening to that as like a developing like 13-year-old kid on an airplane, like when I bought it in the airport, it was just fucking gold. And I've never laughed so hard in my entire life. So yeah, he will always be like one of my number ones if he's not my number one.
Right.
And then like Sorry and Sincerely, I haven't seen Sorry. I've seen Sincerely, which he won like actually an Emmy for. Mm-hmm. And it's just genius. It's literally like all the jokes in there are fucking hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Like he had that bit that actually got taken out of the special, but the bit about the kids who like survived school shootings.
Yeah.
And he's like, now you're in suits, like talking to Congress, and you're fucking 17 years old. How am I supposed to take you seriously? How am I supposed to take a 17-year-old kid seriously? Just because you pushed a fat kid in the way and didn't get shot during a horrific event, now I have to listen to you? Like, it was just the whole point of like how kids are dumb.
Yeah.
Right. And it was obviously like a silly joke, and it's a little crossing the border,
Yeah.
crossing the line of like, is this okay? But it's still fucking a joke.
Well, there's a lot of truth to it. I mean, I will say
Yeah,
that.
100%.
But the spin that he puts on it, I think he has a really good angle that's funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
That makes it funny.
That's the whole point of his
Right.
his
Right.
stand-up, right?
Which like it's that edginess, and he has a really good. He can always find a good angle that's right on the line that is still funny, slightly offensive, but still funny, and the whole idea of like Bill Burr same way, and Dave Chappelle same way. I love that. They're masters at the craft.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Bill Burr works very hard as a comedian. They all work super hard. Dave Chappelle just never stops.
He never
being
stops.
a comedian. You know, like there was on the JRE podcast. He was talking about how like Dave would literally like walk out into a public park in like New York when he was like 19 years old and just put his hat down and just start doing comedy.
Yeah.
Just start yelling
Yeah.
comedy out.
Yeah.
People would like come up and listen and shit, and like put money in the hat and stuff.
So well done.
It's so crazy, like just to have that type of personality, first of all, but then like just the balls to do that. Because I wouldn't have the balls to just stand outside in Central Park and be like, yeah, so my dick's like 3 inches long, and that's like if I'm adding 3 inches to it, like. And
that's an aspect of Dave Chappelle, is he's a very captivating person. Like he's a very captivating speaker.
Yeah.
That's part of it. Is he's a master at telling a story and adding punchlines in there. So you want to stay tuned. I don't think that was a fumble.
Oh shit. There was a fumble actually earlier today. I don't remember what team it was, but the receiver like caught the ball and took like 3 steps and then hit the ground. And when he hit the ground, the ball came out from hitting the ground,
Okay.
and they counted it as a fumble because he wasn't down by contact.
Oh yeah. That
Yeah, like
makes
he
sense.
fell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
I think it was the Tampa Bay game.
Interesting.
Tampa Bay versus. Oh, they got it.
That's the thing with this one is he was like tackled and then it came out after.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that. Oh no, it wasn't.
Oh,
God damn it.
is that Hunter Renfrow? Do you have him?
No, but I just need the Raiders to stay on the field.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
What a great defensive play.
Yeah, that is so smart. That is literally like they train for that shit now.
Yeah, yep.
You have like
Diving for
AP.
fumbles.
Adrian Peterson would probably be like the worst running back in NFL history if he was playing right now. He'd just fumble every other play.
Yeah, he fumbled a lot, but he was so good that it didn't matter.
That's true.
Like,
but he was such a fucking freak. Did you see him in that boxing match?
oh no, I didn't.
He did like a Jake Paul-esque boxing match
Yeah,
with
he
like
did like
another NFL player.
Right.
And he got knocked out, but he was just like, you look at him and he's just this like brick shit house with like what looked like mitts on his hands to protect whoever he's gonna like just destroy.
TRT baby.
Just looks massive. He's huge. He would hold on to the ball and squeeze it so hard that sometimes it would just shoot out of his arms. And that's why he would fumble. Like he would just hold on to it way too hard. And it would like the air pressure would cause it to shoot out and shit. It was just nuts. Oh god.
These defensive backs are acrobats. They're nuts,
Yeah, dude, I couldn't do that shit.
especially
with
when
a
they're
helmet
like,
on
hitting people
too.
too.
With a
It's
helmet on,
insane.
having that kind
They're
of like
such badasses.
having that kind of vision with a helmet on is so hard because you can only
going-
move your head. You can really only move your head up like not very far.
Derek, you're an asshole.
Oh, fumbled.
They got it that time.
Oh,
That's
whoa. Whoa.
Oh, that's game.
Holy fuck, Arizona just picked up a fumble and
almost
ran
looked
it
like
all
he
the way
threw
back.
that early.
Ran it all the way back.
That's the game.
That is the game.
Cliff Kingsbury, you got bailed out by your defense.
Woo! Yeah, what if they go to review it and they're like, down by contact.
There's 2 ways that they could have failed there. It looked like he threw the ball through the end zone before he even crossed the line, for one. And number 2, I don't know if the guy actually fumbled.
Oh,
He
that's
definitely fumbled. Okay, that's number
Definitely
one.
fumbled. Number one there. Pops out, and it's just pure wrestling. No one
No one
tried to
actually
punch
picked it up, but then number 7 runs over and picks it up. Okay.
Yeah, no one actually tried to punch it, so it wasn't illegal.
Dude, he fumbled 2 plays in a row.
Damn.
That he literally cost him the game.
And then number 7 just picks it up. Let's see if they go all the way to the end zone.
Renfro just costed them the game.
Did I get enough points?
Oh, no, he stepped in. He stepped in.
It was just
and then
barely. It was close,
Yeah.
though.
his foot was
All
already
right.
down. That was good. That was
Well,
a
there
good
you go.
fucking game.
Arizona, that game's done.
Did you lose?
You won? Did you win?
No, he lost. Oh, Green Bay. Chicago.
Yeah, starting
You
soon.
guys want to see the
No.
two shittiest teams in the NFC go up against each other? The Bears and the Packers. The Bears and the Crackers. The big hairy gay dudes and the white guys. Yeah, no, it's I fucking hate the Packers, mainly because I don't like their fans.
Yeah, the fans are they can be a little abrasive.
It's also the same with Detroit Lions.
You don't like the Detroit Lions.
I just hate Detroit because it's just Detroit. It's awful. It's a terrible city. Not a big fan of it. Not a
I've
big
never
fan of it.
been.
I
What was it
also
like?
don't.
Like,
I
where'd
also
you-
don't like Ford trucks.
Yeah, I'm kind of starting to hate my Ford. I don't think I'm gonna get another one. That's I can safely say that.
Yeah, for sure. What were you saying?
I kind of forgot. Oh yeah,
oh.
like what was Detroit like? Like why'd you go?
Oh, I never went. I've never been.
Oh,
I just
what
don't
the
like. I just don't like the Lions.
You know what city I do like is Chicago.
Really,
Yeah,
I've never been. Is
Oh,
it
man,
good?
I really like Chicago. Yeah, they got a lot of good restaurants, and they have a lot of really like pretty areas downtown. They have a nice like long. I don't know. It's just like a garden or something.
They got the bean.
They got the Bean.
The bean. What time, Gabe? What time is it?
116.
No. What's the actual time?
7.
7 o'clock.
Yeah, what?
Well, if we want to go do some disc golfing, we probably got to get out of here then.
Oh yeah.
So it takes it. I mean, that course it
It's
doesn't
9
take very
holes,
long.
So it'd probably be like 45 minutes for 3 people.
Yeah, if we actually try and play it, we're gonna get baked to shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Off these Delta,
Delta 8, which is legal, and we're gonna walk.
Yeah,
So-
we're not driving.
So we are
anything.
totally legal, you know.
100%.
Yeah. All right, let's go do some legal activities, guys.
Legal activities. I love it.
Thanks for listening. Like
Yeah,
and
thanks.
subscribe.
Thanks everybody.